I'm Nan by Business by Nan. Maybe you've been checking out our videos on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, or maybe you've gone to the website at businessbynan.com. We have different videos. Sometimes they're 1 minute, sometimes 5 minutes. This is probably going to be about a 10-minute video. So today we're going to be talking about human resources. Now, you know there are many different departments at a company. Maybe you can name a couple of them for me? We have administration. We call it admin. Marketing, yeah, sales and marketing. Production, yes. And one of the most important departments would be HR. We say human resources or HR, but in some countries they say personnel, the personnel department. So if you hear personnel, or you hear human resources, or you hear HR, it's the same department. Would you like to work in HR? What kind of responsibilities do they do? What kind of tasks? Is it an easy job? Today we're going to look at 5 of their tasks, and there's more. I just put 5 up on the board. And the very first one, as you can probably imagine, is selection. And that's about the hiring process. Now, the hiring process is quite long. You have to advertise the job vacancy, and you can do this on social media. Maybe some countries still do it by newspaper, word of mouth. And so you receive quite a few applicants or CVs, resumes. And then after that, you do something called shortlisting. And to shortlist means to choose, to select a few, maybe 5. After that, you're going to call them in, and you might have one interviewer, or you might have a few, and that's called an interview panel. And so you might call people within the HR department, or maybe you'll call people outside of the HR department, depending if they're going to work in marketing, for example. Maybe you have the marketing manager join you for the panel. After that, you might have to check references. And nowadays, a lot of companies are checking references through an outsourcing company. This is a company that just focuses on checking references because it is quite tiring and takes time. And finally, you decide you want that applicant or that job seeker, maybe 1 or 2. And so finally you hire them. So that's the hiring process. Now we have the verb hire. What are some other ways to say hire? We can use the phrasal verb to take on, to bring on, to come on board. And we could use the very formal word to employ. Some people use the word recruit, and it's possible. I think recruit is more for like the army, but yeah, you can use it also for the company. So that is selection. Let's go on to another job task. Training. You know that the training program is really important for the new employee. Probably you've experienced training. Maybe it was a day, maybe it was a week, maybe it was a month, depending the intensity of your training or the number of job tasks that you have to do. And of course, this also is similar to the trial period. That's that 3-month probational period where they're trying to see how you're doing. So that is kind of related to this training period. And we have somebody who's very important who helps us, and that's called a job coach. We still can use the word mentor. Mentor is a little bit more old-fashioned. So nowadays we prefer the word job coach, and you know that job coach has got to be patient. It's got to be quite efficient. It's got to walk through all the instructions and the guidelines, and then kind of give you a little freedom and back up a little bit, and to assess and see how you're doing. Would you like to be a job coach? Is that something you'd like to do? Another task. Assessment. Another word for assessment is appraisal. And to assess means to evaluate, to look at their strengths and weaknesses. to manage their performance. Have they accomplished everything that they wanted to in the past 6 months or in the past year? What are some of the difficulties that they're having at this time? What are their projections? What other kind of strengths or assets do they need to develop? So that's an important task in the Human Resources Department, is assessing or appraising. Some people do it once every 6 months. Most people do it once a year. And so many different elements to take into consideration, factors to take into consideration when managing their performance. But mainly you look at their past achievements and have they fulfilled their job position. Good. Another task is giving benefits, providing benefits. And this word, another word is perks. Sometimes we call it fringe benefits. And so what kind of fringe benefits do we have? That can include a commission, company car, cell phone, of course vacation, medical insurance for you or group insurance for you and your family. And all of these things are something that the person in the Human Resources Department needs to discuss. Of course, when you first start a job, they talk about certain benefits and also your salary. And then together, that is called the benefits package. Some people call it a financial package. So it's talking about your salary and your perks. And of course, when you're assessed and evaluated, maybe they'll add to your benefits. Of course, commission, we know, is a percentage of the sales. We also have the word bonus. So a lot of times at the end of the year, you'll get a bonus, which is nice, right? Good. And finally, we have the word promotion. Now, this does not exhaust the entire list of tasks. There's so many. This is just 5. But promotion, and this is when you are assessing the employee, when you have a job vacancy within the company and you want to ask someone, you think somebody is like right for the job. And so, of course, with that, they're probably going to get a pay raise. Probably their job status will go up. Maybe they'll have a title. You'll give them more empowerment. So you see the word power. That means you're giving them the power to make decisions. You're going to give them the training. Maybe they'll get an office, private office, a secretary. But making the right decision of who's going to get promoted is important. So when we talk about these different job tasks, or maybe you want to talk about your own tasks in your department, we have a couple expressions. We have these are 3 phrasal verbs. I deal with, I look after, and I take care of. Now we know that it's got a preposition, and after a preposition we can use a noun, or we can use an ing, a gerund. So for example, we're talking about human resources. So we talk about hiring. So maybe we could say, I deal with hiring new job applicants. Or if we talk about training, I look after training new employees. Or I look after managing their performance. I take care of assessing each new employee or each new applicant. Benefits. I look after providing benefits. I take care of pay raises. That's an example of a noun. So today we've been looking at human resources and all the different job tasks. So after you've seen this, would you like to work in HR? Or are you happy with the department you're working in? Don't forget to check us out at businessbynan.com. Don't forget to become a subscriber on our YouTube so you can get our latest videos. And a lot of you are watching our videos through Instagram and Facebook, so that's also great. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.